What's going on, folks? Episode 37 of Life Lessons with Juvy. I am your host, as always, JuvyThaKid. If you want to submit your topics on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, out of order on that one, hit me up, JuvyThaKid, at JuvyThaKid. I know today's Saturday, and I'm throwing the life lessons out now, but, itchy nose. Tuesday, I was getting all the windows and everything done, so pushed it to today. So you still get your 2 life lessons episodes this week. Don't have the shelf done. It's going to get done today. I'm going to take the weekend to really figure out which figures I want to put where and how I'm going to arrange the paintings. Not the point right now, though. Into the topics. Hammelfett. What's going on? How about the lack of common sense? The fact that signs have to be put up to warn people about alligators in bodies of water in Florida. I'm beside myself. I was taught at a young age that you respect wildlife and don't go into their living space without being cautious. We didn't need anyone to blame nor signs to remind people of possible danger. We had common sense. I don't know, just sick of people not taking responsibility for their own actions. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's not like I'm assuming you're referring to the recent incident where I believe it's 2 or 3, he got dragged under the water by an alligator and everything. Well, he can't really take responsibility for his actions because he's a child and he doesn't know what he's doing. To him, he's just going up to the water at Disneyland having a good time. That's on the parents to actually make sure you're not fucking looking at the Mickey ears behind you or the magical castle in front of you. Pay attention to what your kid's doing and what you where they are at all times. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. When I was a kid, when I went to the zoo, there were still signs saying don't feed the animals or don't go in the cages. And I think the reason you have to have those signs is because it's a whole legal thing. It's not, we don't need those signs because people should know better. But sweaty. We don't need those signs because people should know better already. But it's a whole legal thing that you have to have those, or you know what I mean? Or somebody could be well, there was no sign. How was I supposed to know? It's really stupid, I know, but I don't know. Some people it's a weird thing because some people you could have a giant billboard on a wall saying do not go in the cages, but you're gonna have one person that does. I think okay, here's the thing with stuff like this, with the whole people having common sense and stuff. The reason we question it so much nowadays is because we see it so much on social media and everything like that. Now, if you take the world and social media as an overall thing, and then you see this kind of these kind of stuff where people are talking about the animals in the zoos and the people not paying attention to what they're doing or whatever have you. Excuse me. It's easy to focus on that because you might see it kind of just pop up and that it strikes a nerve with you, so you feel that's all you see. But if you look at it as an overall thing, it's really that's the minority of what you see. It's just because it strikes a chord with us because it's why are you doing this? Why does this keep happening in a way? Common sense is something that at some point people have always had a lack of common sense in situations. It's just because we have such an instant way of getting to this, seeing this information and seeing what happened now, we're able to question it more. You know what I mean? Shit, I remember us doing stupid things as kids. We knew if you put your tongue to a frozen pole, it's gonna stick, but we still did it. You know what I mean? We know that if you're gonna go snowboarding or whatever, and you don't really know how to properly, you might get hurt. But we still did shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's just the whole. It's easier to see the people that don't have common sense in that moment because it's such an instant feed to us. You know what I mean? But it's really the minority of the information that we get to see on a daily basis. I think if somebody is blaming a sign or they say like we should have these crazy, we should have like, you know, courses or episodes on TV to like teach people or whatever. I think that is just, I think that's an easy way out. You know what I mean? I think that's people, they don't know who to be mad at and they don't know who to blame, so they're finding the target as they go. You know what I mean? I don't know, and it's really one of the things where like it's not like things have changed. You know, there was people getting into zoo enclosures back when I was a kid and before. There was people on roller coasters trying to unbuckle their thing when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So it's really like there's been a lack of common sense with certain people like the whole time, you know? And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of just a weird time we're living in, especially like the past couple weeks. I've seen it, like a lot of people, their mood's been switched because of like all this shit going on in the world. And honestly, what I've done is just I've chosen to like, I'll look at it quick so I know the situation in case like people want to talk about it. I can have a hand in that conversation. But other than that, I don't go into it any farther. And if somebody's just keeps posting rants, just constantly saying like people are stupid or we don't have common sense or whatever they're saying, like I just tune that shit out. You know what I mean? Click the unfollow or click the block if you want to. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, it's frustrating and it affects your mood. I've seen it with a lot of people. It's happened with me recently. But we can't let the weird like negative minority of this information affect the way we look at the overall world and like the people in it and how they conduct themselves, whatever have you. I think when people, like I said, when people are blaming signs or they're saying we should do, you know, this to teach people or that to teach people, I think that's just an easy way out. And it's because people don't know who to blame, or they don't want to be the person to blame those parents, which honestly, like, a lot of them need that. A lot of them need to be confronted and be like, hey, you fucked up. You can't do this with your kids. Or like, you need to pay attention. Fuck off with your picture with Goofy. Fuck off with your picture with Donald Duck. Why don't you bring your fucking kid over there to get a picture with them? Like, we got to remember who, like, certain people to be mad at. We can't look for the easy way out. At the same time, we also don't know what happened. As a parent, I know you could be chilling, your kid's right beside you, you look at something on a shelf in a store for 2 seconds, you turn around and the kid's gone. So it could have been one of those things. It could have been like, you know, they're talking to the kid like, hey, do you want to go like ride that ride? They turn around, kid's at the water, they're booking it, gator grabs it. Fuck, I don't know. There's too many variables, but I don't know. It's one of those things like, at the end, to wrap all this up, you know what? At the end of the day, like, we all know to stay away from things. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that, like, if you, well, okay, we all don't, but like, in Florida, when people first started coming to Florida, there were so many alligators that like, people were actually killing them off and everything. And like, to this day, the Everglades, like, one of the most common things, like, I've heard people say is if you want to get rid of a body, put it in the Everglades because there's so many gators there and everything. Like, if you know that there's gators in the waters or whatever have you, then you should take precautions to, like, you know, either stay away from it or, like, you know, keep your distance, whatever have you. I don't know. It's the whole common sense thing, and I don't know. I just don't know kind of where to go with this one, because there's too many like variables in the situation for me, because like the parent could have been like, do you want to go ride that ride? And looks, the kid's gone. You know, it could have been that situation. Or it could have been the parents are just fucking doing their own thing, looking around at the park, and the fucking kid's like, all right, I'm going to go see the gators. Like, I don't know. Oh, hey, actually, a point that I don't know if it's been brought up by anybody. Why the fuck does Disneyland not have some sort of security to keep gators, like, out of their park, though, too? Because, okay, like, people are going to be like, well, gators are enclosures, da-da-da-da. shit can happen with that too. Like, there's variables with that situation. What the fuck? What happens if all the gators come up out of the water and they decide they want to try and walk through the park or something? Like, do we blame the gators or do we blame security for, like, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you guys just look at a situation, like, look at the news for it, get your opinion on it, but then brush it off, because if you keep diving into it, you're just going to get into like negative rants and stuff like that people are posting that they don't have the facts, they don't have the concrete facts about the situation. So I don't know. One, if you guys ever feel like petting a tiger at a zoo, probably shouldn't do it. If it's in its cage or whatever it's doing, just stay the fuck away from it. If you don't know how to read, it does happen. Make sure you have somebody with you that can like help you out with that if you're going to go to a park like that. But yeah, common sense isn't hard though. I just think there's certain people that like they might just lack it in that moment, and that's the moment, because nowadays, like I said, we have all this information that's instant, that one moment they don't have the common sense is the one that gets broadcast to the world. I don't know. It's a really fucked up situation. I'm sorry if I didn't answer that topic for you, really. Okay. Little Jenny Wren. If you had to join one or the other, would you join a circus or join the army? 100% join the circus. I would feel like I could be at home. I've always had a love for clowns and the face paint. Yeah, it'd be really fun, I think. Well, I guess like the circus in my mind would be fun. Yeah, I'd want to be in the circus. Obviously, I don't agree with like the whole animal thing. Like, I'm not cool with that. But yeah, I'd be down to do like some, like, be in a circus and be a clown, making people laugh and whatever, like, have you. The army one, I have a really big problem with authority. I couldn't take people yelling in my face, and I wouldn't start. It's not one of those things where like people yell and I start crying. Like people say shit back, or people say shit to me, and I just like I want to talk shit back. I don't know. I can't stand when people like kind of like talk to me in like a certain way or whatever. And I know in those programs like it's supposed to help build you up, and like I don't know. It's just that's 100% not for me. I don't care. People have their opinions about whatever that might be, but yeah, I got way too much problems with authority. I don't like being told, like, I don't like being told what to do, because I like doing it. I know that sounds so childish, but like, you guys know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna fucking scrub a floor with a toothbrush or any bullshit like that. It's not like I'm fighting for a country that, you know what I mean. Like, I've had the opportunity to talk to vets, and like one of my good friends has gone overseas and everything. So it's one of those things where I don't know. Like I know what it is on the other side, and I know that it's like, they advertise it as like go fight for your country or whatever, but like when you get back, it's not like everybody's lining up to give you hugs and kisses and thank you for your service, you know what I mean? So you're not fighting for your country, you're fighting for these other people that have an objective for some reason in this area. Yeah. So, maybe I'm just a really big fucking kid. Maybe I'm just a man-child, and I'd rather be a fucking a clown spitting fire and juggling bowling pins and like just making people laugh and shit. Rather not get yelled at. I'd rather not fucking have to crawl through mud at 5 in the morning. I don't know. That has been the special Saturday episode of Life Lessons with Juvy, episode 37. We can just call it that. And yeah, if you guys want to get in touch with me, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, JuvyThaKid, JuvyThaKid. I know I say it every time. I'm sure some people are annoyed with it, but I want to make sure if anybody like finds these videos like for the first time that it's there for them. So, all my quiet kids, my freaks and my weirdos, for the love of everybody, keep being weird.